Right, welcome back to my channel. I'm not gonna lie, I've been kind of trash. I really have. I haven't uploaded in ages, but you know, life just gets busy and then you kind of just forget about the stuff that you actually enjoy. But I am learning to find a balance. So here we are with a new video, and this video is going to be all things modeling. Well, actually it's going to be quite brief. It's just going to be about how I got into modeling and how maybe you can go about getting into modeling too, because I genuinely have been asked this question so many times about how I got into modeling, how was it, how is it, etc, etc. So I was like, do you know what, let's make oh my god, let's make a video. Why not? So this is going to be about how I got into modeling. Right, drum roll please. Right, so basically for me, I finished college and I wasn't really sure about going to uni. Like, I was in two minds about whether or not I even was interested enough to actually go uni. Basically I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So I was like, do you know what, I'm going to take a gap year. So I had two jobs in that gap year. Both of them, I mean, we'll get into that later anyway, but yeah, so I was working and I remember just like always growing up and everyone telling me, you know, you should model. They used to tell my mum, like people would stop my mum in the street and be like, oh, your daughter's going to be a model, blah, 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 blah. So basically I grew up in Hertfordshire. So, you know, you're not really getting scouted around there, not unless you're in London and, you know, in and out of it basically, because, you know, all of the big agencies are here in London and I grew up in quite like a small town. So I was like, you know what, if I'm gonna get signed, I'm gonna have to just go to agencies. So like what I did was I went online and I found like the top agencies in London. So, you know, you've got like Nevs, Models One, Select, First, Storm, and then I went on the website. And obviously if you want to apply to be a model, you can apply online. So you can send Polaroid pictures and you send your measurements, and sometimes you might be able to like send a little short video in as well, depending on what the agency is asking for. It kind of varies, to be fair. So I was like, do you know what, I'm going to take a few pictures. Now, a couple of tips that I'll give you that if you do send in pictures is, number one, make sure the pictures are clear. Number two, make sure you're using natural light as well. And also too, clothing wise, just like something that's quite fitted and it shows, you know, your build, etc. Like, again, ladies, no makeup, everything very, very natural. And guys, if you wear makeup too, because there's nothing wrong with that, just no makeup basically. Kind of very, very much like a blank canvas. That's kind of what they want to see. So I remember sending my pictures off like to one or two agencies and I didn't hear anything back. So I was like, oh, like surely you get like a response or something, like something generic. So I didn't have any responses. So I was like, okay. So like, I was like, maybe it's best to go in. So I went online and I found all of the walk-in times. So now if you go onto a modeling agency website, when it says contact us, it will give you the agency's address, number, and usually it gives you a walk-in time. Now walk-in means you can go and apply and be a model. So you just literally walk into the office between their times and then you can apply just there and then. What they usually do is they take pictures of you, then you'll go back into the waiting room and then they'll actually probably tell you on the day whether or not it's a yes or a no. And if it's a no, they usually give you a piece of paper with all of the legit top agencies in London for you to go and try them also too. So don't worry, like it's not scary. Like, I mean, it is a little bit nerve-wracking, and I remember going into the agencies on my own at like 18 being like, ah. But you know, feel the fear but still do it anyway. And like that's my mantra. So that's my advice, that if you're gonna obviously take pictures, you know, make sure you do those things. But I personally recommend people just to walk in, because you kind of just get your answer there and then, you know, straight away. Then you can sort of like narrow down the agencies and keep on trying till you find an agency that actually fits you. Walk-in is best, I personally feel like, in terms of modeling. I mean, for me, I actually did quite a few walk-ins. So I remember I tried a few agencies and I kept getting the piece of paper. So I was like walking out like, it's not for me, I'm not supposed to do it, I knew it. And then I kind of was like, because I did go, I'm not gonna lie, like I did go away from that experience quite deflated and I felt a bit like, but then I kind of remember that no doesn't mean no. And what I mean by that is it might be no now, but it's not no forever. And, you know, just might be not the right time for you. And I believe that if it's something that really sits and resonates with you and it feels right and it's something you're very much drawn to doing, then you should never give up on that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like you should just keep going no matter what. Like, no matter what the world throws at you, no matter if someone says, no, you can't do this. It's like, no, I can do it. I'm going to come back. So I did. I mean, I waited like 2 months to go back to I waited 2 months to go back to the agencies, and I did another agency run, and I got another no, and I was like, oh God. I was like, oh my God. And they were like, oh, you know, you should go around the corner. We really think this agency will like you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I think I tried them before. And they were like, you know what, just go back. You might have caught them on a bad day. So I just thought to myself, do you know what? Let's just go, Billy. Like, why not? What have we got to lose? Nothing. So I went back, and when I buzzed, you know, there wasn't walk-in times. I'd come at the wrong time. And because I didn't plan to go to this agency, aka Nevs, I didn't plan to go there. So I buzzed, and they were like, you know, it's not walk-in time. But, you know, I didn't realise that on the buzzer, there was a camera so they could see me. And then they were like, actually, you know what? No worries. Like, come up. So I was like, oh, okay. So I went up and I got offered a contract on the spot. But at that time, I was working in B&Q. I mean, me and B&Q were just not connected. I mean, you know, they didn't like the fact that I used to come in hoops and a fur collar with a red lipstick. I was working there for 2 weeks, but yeah, I just kind of jumped in and I quit B&Q because I'm like, what? Like, let me go live my dream. So I signed, and literally 2 days later, I was going to like my first casting. My first test shoot, like my first catwalk. It was like, it really literally, my life changed overnight. That is the best way to describe it. I just wanted to share that because I feel like people just assume, okay, so like must have been easy, and it's like, no, actually, like I got so many no's and I was like ready to give up, but then like I had to actually, in that moment, I had to give myself just like a little bit of like, I guess, advice and like a motivation to be like, just because it's no now, it doesn't mean it's no, and it's something you want to do, so keep on going. Like, don't let anyone stop you or throw you off your own journey. And I feel like that for me has been a really eye-opener, because now whatever I do in life, even if I try something and it doesn't go well straight away, in the back of my mind I'm like, that's fine, it's just not the right time, and I believe in divine timing. So yeah, so just a little bit of advice: don't stop, keep going. Like, doesn't matter if no one sees your vision, as long as you can see your vision, that's all that matters. And I definitely learnt that from 18, and you know, I kind of was going to go down that uni route because I wasn't sure what to do, and I can just look back on it and I'm just so happy that I pushed myself, and furthermore not listened to anyone really. I mean, obviously I listened, but still listen to my own inner voice. So for those who are trying to get into modelling, just jump both feet in, don't be nervous, give it a go. Do you know, it doesn't even have to be modelling, it can be anything that you're drawn to and anything that you want to do. Just jump, don't worry about anyone else, don't worry what anyone says, do you. That's my life philosophy, I'm not gonna lie. So this video was short and brief, but you know, I didn't want to talk your ears off, so I hope you have enjoyed. Subscribe, like, do all of that good stuff. I feel like that is the worst selling pitch that I can give. Like, subscribe, and all of that jazz. Anyways, see you later.